say something, get up on your feet, say it. Thank you. What did he say? Well, listen, this is a very nice crowd of horror maniacs. Nice to see you all. Look at these. Oh my God! Dressed as Alex. Great bosoms hanging out. I've never looked like that. Baby, if only I looked so good as that. You got the eyelash on? Great. Well, I think this is supposed to be a Q&A. So, rather than me just waffle on, which I will anyway, has anybody got a seriously intelligent being the opposite word, question? I'd be happy to answer it. Yes, sir, what have you got to say?
A few years ago, you worked with a movie icon, Stanley Kubrick. What was it like working for someone like him?
Christ, here we go. How long do we have here? Stanley Kubrick, of course, was one of the great directors and still will go down in history as being one of the greatest directors that ever worked in our industry. When I worked with him, this is the group of films that he made. He'd made Paths of Glory, Lolita, Spartacus, Dr. Strangelove. Yes. 2001, Clockwork Orange. Not bad, huh? And I thought I was going to see Stanley Kramer. That shows you how naive I was. Stanley was an extraordinary intellect, an amazing man, really. Very, very intelligent. He was a grandmaster at chess. That's why I would never play chess with him. I could kick his ass at ping pong. I wouldn't touch the chessboard with him. He was an amazing chess master. He was interested in everything that to do with the technology of anything, music, the greatest hi-fi, the greatest this, that, and the other. And in a way, it was rather sad that he kind of passed before the real advent of the internet and computers really took hold. But he had his own computer. He took me in to show me this incredible, he'd come up with this incredible system for filing, and it was like a huge carousel. It went up to the ceiling, and you swung it, and the files were all tucked into this thing. So he was showing me very proudly this thing, and he said to me, "Ask me anything." I went, "Well, like what?" He goes, "Okay, you want to see photographs of the apartment, your apartment in Clockwork, okay? You want to see?" So he swings this thing round, he gets the file out, opens it up, and it's empty. I went, "Well, what happened, Stan?" He goes, "That's always the human element. You've got to figure that out." So obviously the secretary forgot to put the photographs back in the file. But he was an extraordinary man and had a very dark, black sense of humor. For instance, when we came to do the scene of the rape of the writer's wife and beating him up and everything, which on paper was rather sordid and rather nasty, we sat around for 3 or 4 days, or 4 or 5 days, trying to figure out what to do, and what he'd written down was sort of rather naturalistic and really wasn't going to work in the film as we'd shot up to that point. So anyway, at one point he came up to me and said, "Can you dance?" Now, I'm not a dancer, but I was bored stiff, so I went, "Can I dance? I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain, boom." And suddenly I looked over at Stanley. He was absolutely, had tears in his eyes. He was laughing so hard, and shoved him a handkerchief in his mouth, and I kind of finished the sort of improv. He grabbed hold of me, shoved him in his car. We drove back to his house, which was about 20 minutes away or something, and he was on the phone to New York, and he bought the rights to sing